G'day and welcome to Bens Worx. Lately a few of you guys have asked me to make a secret wood ring, so I thought I'd make one a little different to what we normally see, and I'm going to combine two of my previous projects, the secret wood pendant and the coloured pencil ring. Now I'm going to put both those concepts together and make a really cool ring. So the first thing you need to do is go raid your pencil case and find 9 coloured pencils. Now I've gone ahead and sharpened both ends of these, that way when I cut them up I've got myself 2 blanks. Sort your colours into 2 piles, a pile of 5 and a pile of 4, and then we're going to glue them on top of each other. And to do that I'll be using some super glue or CA glue. It's also important that the pencils you choose have to be these hexagon shape, that way you got these nice flat edges to glue the pencils together. You'll see here I'm just going to stagger the heights just so it gives a nice effect. The first row of 5's finished, now we'll glue 4 on top. Now we've got our finished ring blank, I'm just going to go over to the bandsaw and just cut the ends off. I just made up these 2 molds just using some pieces of acrylic. I just super glued them together and then just ran some hot glue around the outside just so they don't leak. Now I'll be setting the blanks in the molds like this. Now so they don't float to the top, I'm just going to glue them down to the base. And now we've got our 2 molds ready to go. So I'll be using the art cast resin today, and I'll be using that with the slow set hardener. Remember, it's always important to mix your resin thoroughly, otherwise it just won't set. And now I'm just going to add a few drops of blue ink. I'll be using my homemade pressure pot for this one. If you haven't seen how I made it, I'll leave a link down below. Now you don't need to use a lot of pressure in these. I've just got mine at 20 psi and that's enough to do the job. Well, now it's going to cure in the pressure pot. We're just going to leave that overnight. We'll come back tomorrow. So it looks like we've got a couple of nice clear castings. Now the next thing to do is we're going to drill our hole to suit our finger size. Once we've done that, we'll go to the bandsaw, just give it a rough shape, and then we'll go over to the disc sander and we'll finish them up. So now that we're happy that we've got our rings in the shape that we want, the next step is to sand. Now this is going to be the longest process of all. I'll be starting with a 400 grit sandpaper right up to 1200 grit, and once that's done I'm going to start on the micromesh, which starts at 1500 and runs all the way down to 12,000. So I'm all finished with the paper sanding, so the next step is to grab my micro mesh pads, start off with the 1500, run through to 12,000. So now I've finished one ring, and here you can see the difference the micro mesh makes. So guys, what did you think of that one? I love how clear these turned out. Now I did put 3 drops of that blue in there. Didn't quite show up as much as I thought. Maybe next time I'll add a bit more, but they turned out really nice. And when you wear these, they look really cool because it looks like the pencil is coming straight through your finger. Well, I hope you liked this one, guys. I thought I'd do something a little different. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. I put new how-to and build videos out every couple of weeks. You can also check out my Instagram and my Facebook pages. I put sneak peeks of upcoming projects. Well, that's it for this week's episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.